Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your ever-loving host, Shorty. And this morning, a little bit of lack of options, plus I generally like the artist involved in this one. We're going to go for some Legends of the Dark Knight, which is just another Batman comic book at the moment. And I sound dismissive when I say that, but let's face it. We have Batman and Detective, and Batman the Detective, and Batman Black and White, and the Joker spin-off, and Urban Legends, and now Legends of the Dark Knight. At least, I may have forgotten one or two. It feels like at the moment there's just a little bit too much going on with this character. I'm reading a couple of them. I'm getting Joker, Batman, and Detective. Not Batman, the Detective, but Detective Comics. And I'm enjoying everything I'm getting. Really nice mix of storytelling going on there. It's not all big event stuff, but there's potential for it. There's going to be a big event coming up soon, which I'm probably going to, ignore. But if you're of that opinion, if you look at the Batman comic books that are out there and think to yourself, good Lord, I wish I could pick up and read a Batman comic which is totally self-contained and I don't have to worry about anything else, then this is what you're after. It's going to be a rolling series of artists and writers, from what I can gather, different creative teams coming on, basically telling small self-contained stories. Kind of anthology-esque, but rather than like lots of different stories in an issue, just lots of stories over the run, which is kind of what you want Legends of the Dark Knight to be. It doesn't have to tie into anything else he doesn't want to. It can just be, wouldn't it be cool if the Joker did such and such? And that's it. That's all you really need. Now, the only problem I have with that, particularly this particular issue, is it feels like that is given the opportunity to kind of tell any story they want, but it feels to me at least like they're selling it in a really safe way. And when I say safe, I probably mean more predictable or, I don't know, old-fashioned. There's something about the language used in this which, I don't know, it feels like it's the same kind of language that's been used in Batman comics for 20, 30 years without any thought to how the voice affects the character or affects the story. It kind of starts with, it starts with Gordon on the rooftop with a bat signal and another copper base saying, "Oh, I don't think he's going to turn up tonight, Jim." And it's like, yeah, that feels like the start of so many Batman stories. It may have only happened like 2 or 3 times. I don't know. I've not read all the Batman stories. But it feels so on the nose, so middle of the road, so little effort put into let's try and do something else. Not necessarily saying that's a terrible choice. It feels like this is the safest Batman comic book out there, and intent matters. They're trying to basically tell this kind of story. They're trying to, if I'm completely honest, it feels like the best kind of Batman comic book. If someone came in and said they wanted to read a Batman one, I'd say read this, because it has its own weird little intros, as if the people writing it don't expect everyone to have read all the Batman stories that have gone before. There's a bit where the Joker is poisoning some people, and it's like, oh, you won't believe it. These people who are clearly dying, they were laughing as well, and the Joker seemed to be really enjoying himself. And it's done in such a way as if like, well, yeah, that's never happened before. Of course that's happened before. That's like Joker's raison d'etre. That's pretty much what he does. He poisons people. That poison makes them laugh and smile and act like the Joker does, and he really enjoys that. The Joker is actually quite well written in this. He does come across as somebody who's just doing it for a laugh. And as a very good friend of mine once said, the Joker is the kind of person who thinks it's just as funny to trip you up when you're carrying a cake as it is to peel your face off when your children are watching. It's all about the Joker. It's all about having a laugh. And that comes across really effectively in this. But then you have the Penguin, which comes across as so over-the-top stereotypical Penguin. Weirdly, though, the art plays into that far more effectively. Derek Robertson can draw. Interestingly, when they're talking about Derek Robertson at the moment, they have this little thing that say, "Oh yeah, one of the co-creators of Choose Successful Boys, which got made a TV series." Like DC is saying that, I'm like, yeah, okay, I can see why DC are pushing that. It's something that's like made him famous. They don't mention the work he's done, like the huge body of work he's done for DC that much. That Vertigo thing he did a few years ago, that one doesn't get mentioned quite so much anymore. But anyway, what Robertson does really, really effectively is an almost photorealistic kind of style. Where he still allows himself to like throw in an awful lot of over-the-top caricature-esque kinds of beats within his designs. And it works really effectively when you're doing a kind of classic rogues gallery set of stories, which I think this is what this is going to be. And when I say classic, I mean the cover in and of itself. There's something about that kind of that layout with the border and everything that feels very, very much like what you'd expect. But once you get inside, I'm only going to show you one bit of the internal artwork. There's a lot of really good stuff in there. But how Bolland-esque is that Joker? I mean, you probably can't see the detail on the hair there, but even like every single aspect of it looks absolutely fantastic, and it works really nicely. So yeah, there's maybe some stuff which I don't particularly like about it, there's some stuff I love about it. And if you just want to pick up and read a Batman comic book, totally self-contained, hitting loads of classic storytelling beats, classic dialogue, cool action and adventure without like really over the top peril and gore, which you can sometimes get in Batman, it is damn near perfect. It does everything it should do in a way that makes sense internally. Does it mean I'm a huge fan of it? Sadly not. But hell, I can't like everything. What are you gonna do? That's it from me. Probably for the week. It is Bank Holiday on Monday, so we'll not be getting our delivery until Wednesday. So don't get too excited about returning back on Tuesday expecting to see something cool from me. Until then, take it easy, everyone, and stay safe. Bye.